Senator Tammy Duckworth joining us now from Washington, D.C. during what is a very busy inauguration week. Senator, thank you for joining us. First, I want to see if we can get your reaction to the tragedy we saw happen on New Year's Day in New Orleans.
Well, I mean, it is absolutely tragic. We need to take a look at what is happening here and make sure that the survivors are taken care of. And we need to also have a real investigation as to what happened. My heart goes out to the families who suffered from these attacks, but then we also have to look at the national security aspect of it. And then we'll see what's happening with these veterans and see what is going on in their lives that would lead them to do this, whether they were radicalized in some way or other, and we'll have to take a deep look into it. I know that they were both veterans of the war in Afghanistan. We need to look at issues of post-traumatic stress as well. But I'm going to let the investigation move forward. In the meantime, let's make sure that all who were injured are taken care of.
And as much of the nation shifts gears now to watch the shifting balance of power in Washington, Democrats prepare for at least the next 2 years in the minority in both chambers. How do you go about making a transition like that? What exactly changes for you in how you might go about your job from the minority?
I actually am not going to go about my job differently because I have been really successful at bipartisan legislation. In fact, I had legislation to support veterans that President Trump signed into law the last time he was in office. And so I'm just going to continue to work with my colleagues across the aisle. We've been able to pass many pieces of legislation together over the years. My first piece of legislation I passed at the 63-day mark with Senator Todd Young of Indiana. We came together, we did it right away. I think we set a record for how quickly freshman senators passed a piece of legislation. It was just 63 days. So I'm just going to continue to do the work that I do. I have a lot of folks across the aisle I work with. And, you know, for down in the St. Louis area, we have to do a lot that has to deal with bringing economic investments into both sides of the Mississippi River. What happens in Illinois also affects Missouri. What happens in Missouri also affects Illinois. And so I've often find, especially on infrastructure, on looking at locks and dams, on looking at making sure that the waterway is secure, but then also bringing investments into both East St. Louis and East St. Louis is really important for the region. And so that becomes a very bipartisan issue. And then I really hope to focus a lot on supporting our ag sector, our farmers, and make sure that they are protected, especially by getting a farm bill passed.
And we know that incoming President-elect Donald Trump's new border czar, Tom Homan, has signaled that he plans to enforce most of his mass deportations starting in Illinois. In Chicago, he has said. What role can the Senate play in providing oversight of the federal government and the executive branch's exercise of these deportation powers?
Well, this is what we have to look at, right? And we have to pass legislation, then we will work as hard as we can. Frankly, this issue of deported veterans is a shameful mark on our nation. The fact that we have veterans who serve honorably who then continue to get deported. I did pass legislation and I did get Homeland Security to change the way they process veterans so that, for example, when their case comes up before the judge, it's clearly marked on their forms that they served honorably, that they are veterans. I did work to get through the VA to make sure that our veterans who have been deported, who are overseas, can still get their VA benefits, whether that is a temporary visa to come back to onto U.S. soil to get access to the VA health care that they need, or to be able to access health care paid for by VA wherever they have been deported to. That said, it's been my life's mission to support our heroes and provide that they have the care and support that they have earned. And I'm going to make sure that we support them wherever they are.
Senator Tammy Duckworth, thank you for your time.